My goal is, if I'm elected, I would like to freeze taxes for at least 2 years, give people a break to recover from the pandemic and the increase of living. Also, one of my big thing, what actually encouraged me to run would be preserve our small town community. Okay, if we look pretty well on either side of town, we see huge developments, okay, which is eroding, okay, our small town environment, eroding our farmland. It's affecting our infrastructure and creating huge, massive traffic jams. When you're leaving and Caledonia, coming out of Caledonia. And most people live in Caledonia because they like the small town environment. Okay, they're not here for the bus, subways. They're here for the small town environment. Okay, safe environment.
I've been in attendance for all council meetings these past 4 years. I'm very proud of that. If you're not in attendance and you're not at the meetings, guess what? You can't do this job. For example, safer streets, better roads, recreational facilities, and a new wastewater plant. These are key infrastructure needs. I'll continue to be a very strong voice in keeping the property taxes to a minimum. The average municipal property tax increase over the past 4 years has been less than 2%. To be exact, it's 1.9%. This is significantly lower than many other provincial municipalities. Caledonia has grown significantly over the past 10 years and is deserving of a stronger voice in having 2 seats on council, not 1. That is something I'll be promoting loud and clear prior to the next election.
I'd like to see some controlled development within my ward. I want to learn more about the amenities that are coming and how it will affect our infrastructure. It's a busy place and we need to get a grasp on how this is all going to work. I'd like to see a long-term care facility come in my ward. Also additional leisure living and retirement homes. People that want to live here and are at that stage where they're downsizing their home, they want to stay here, I want them to stay here. And if they're of bad health, I definitely want them to stay here. I want to maintain all our parks. I want us to have our recreational facilities top-notch so that we have something to do for the young and old alike. I'd like to promote our local businesses, service groups, our regular service groups, our small town way of living. I want that to kind of stay in the forefront of people that live here and understand that that's what made our community great. And I want those people that still want to farm to farm.
Hi, I'm Julie Richardson, and I'm very excited to be running for Ward 3 Councillor to ensure that Caledonia is a great place to live, to do business, and to play. I know what it's like to raise a family here. My children are currently 2 and 4 years old, so we're out walking around, going to the parks and playgrounds, the library, local swimming lessons, the arena, local events. I love this town, and I really hope that my kids will grow up to love this town too. And that's why I support decisions that foster a vibrant community. I want every family to feel welcomed and connected with this community. I want to see neighborhoods that are made up of a mix of housing so that everyone can find a place that is right for them. I value adequate park space and green space and having sidewalks and trails and bike paths to get to those places. I love unique local businesses, and I want to see a thriving downtown core because local businesses play such a significant part in our community. I think that we really need to take care of our environment and consider that when making decisions for now and for our future. And I think that Haldimand County's services should be reflective of the needs of our growing and changing community.
I'm a paralegal and a safety professional, which is in the pamphlet. And so I have a very significant background in law, which law is what we deal with when we're in council. Also, safety of the community is a huge point with me, absolutely. Also, when we also back to the representing people, okay? And again, I just want to reiterate, representing people.
Perhaps my biggest advantage is that I have 4 years of experience representing Caledonia Ward 3. There's a lot to learn about this job, and the things that you learn is an advantage for the constituents. Much has been accomplished over the past 4 years, and a great deal of work does remain. We all know that. With the experience I have, I do feel I'm well positioned to represent the constituents of Ward 3. I now have a 4-year track record for which people can judge me, plain and simple. How was my responsiveness to an inquiry and concern that a constituent had? Did I help them with whatever challenge they presented me with? And did I show up and do the job they entrusted me with? Literally, I have returned countless emails, texts, phone calls, and have always made myself available to meet in person.
I have a big heart, and I can't say no to anybody when they ask me to help them. And I think that if anybody picked up the phone and had a problem, that I'd be very approachable. I would give them the utmost respect, and I certainly would go and learn about their problems and see if I can fix them. Now, I might not be able to give them the answer they need, but I'll certainly take the time to work through it with them. I have a wonderful sense of humor. I have a great family. I have great pedigree, and being a Ward 3 councillor would be a dream come true for me. I would really like to represent the people from where I live, and I want to keep them happy.
So what sets me apart is really what sparked me to run, because when I look at our current council, I don't see myself reflected in who is at the table. The voice of women, the voice of younger adults, the voice of families is missing, and I will be that voice. But beyond that, there are many other things that make me unique. I grew up in Caledonia and have deep roots here, but I went away to university and started my career, lived and worked in Guelph, Kitchener-Waterloo, Peel region. So I think that I can also relate to families who are new to Caledonia. I love connecting with people and giving back to the community. That's why I co-founded 100 Women Who Care Haldeman, which has showed me so much about the challenges and the ambitions of our not-for-profit groups here in Haldeman. And although becoming Ward 3 councillor would be a new role for me, my career in public health as a health promoter has given me the opportunity to work in municipal sector. So I have presented to council to bring new ideas like the Ontario Seniors Dental Care Program. And I've sat around meetings to help design neighborhoods to make them more walkable and livable. So I'll be able to bring all of those things, my unique voice, my different life experience, public sector work, volunteer, to the council table when I'm elected to represent Ward 3.
Well, if you can't do it, you won't do it.
Get her done.
The community doesn't make you, you make the community.
Let's just do it.